All right, and we are back again for another day of Pendleton rugby as we are here in the state final, 7th and 8th grade middle school state final, as Pendleton will kick off here against, I believe, Royal Irish with a Broad Ripple mix here. A joint team here they're playing today. And the kick is good. Penalty on Royal Irish. Matthew Davis takes it up. Taking it himself all the way, it seems like. He's stopped up there by a couple defenders after a great run inside the 22. And now Apple will swing it out. Ball is knocked on. Bad timing there to start the game, but still great field position to play defense here. As now Royal Irish will have a scrum down. Rowan Branham will put it in here. Younger brother, he will be the defending 9. Younger brother of the legendary Hunter Branham, former state MVP for this Pendleton rugby squad. And now Royal Irish will kick it back into Arabian territory here as the ball spins out and it will go out of bounds around the Royal Irish 40. We'll have a line out here. Shout out to Abram Danley with the buzz cut here today, sporting a new look for the state final game. Dexton Mong will throw it in, as he is the starting hooker here today for the Arabians. The throw is up and bobbled back. Arabians have it, and they will be tackled out. So now we'll have a line out. Another one. This time to Royal Irish. And so the throw is up. This time tipped back again. This time Dexton Mong has it and he's inbounds. Arabians have possession around midfield. Apple swings it out to Souders. Judd Souders takes it out the middle. Big run there, gets to the 40. Apple again to Branham. Branham pops out to the big fella. Stiff arm there, still on his feet. Arabians moving down the field inch by inch here. As they knock it on there, potentially, they're going to let them play it out here as Royal Irish has the ball. Stood up immediately by 2 defenders. Branham and company there. I believe that was Bo Decker with him. Another good tackle there by the Arabian defense as they go over and steal the ball. Out of the ruck, Matthew Davis has it. Whistle will be blown. They're going to bring it back to the advantage for Royal Irish. That first knock on by the Arabians will come back to bite them here. As well, the scrum down to Royal Irish. Once again, Royal Irish in the orange today as they have merged, I believe, with Broad Ripple's club for this match. Shout out to Deuce Woods in there with the scrum cap. And an 8-man pick here for Royal Irish. Good run there. Almost taking it up to midfield as they swing it out. Ball's on the ground. Arabians bring pressure. Dexton Mong, the first man there. Finished off by Mahaney. Matthew Davis there with the tackle. Swings him down and he pops it out before he can get it. Arabian defense, all gas, no brakes here, bringing the pressure. Good wraparound pass there by Royal Irish. Whistle blown. Offsides on the Arabians, so that'll give Royal Irish some room to work here. We'll see if they try and kick it into touch for the line out. And they do. Short kick. Goes just past their 40. And now we'll have a line out. So we'll have a line out to Royal Irish. As they'll get set here. That throw is up. Takes a bounce. And immediately chopped down. Royal Irish has it now around midfield. They swing it out to the forward pod. Stopped in his tracks there by Judd Souders. Royal Irish has advantage. breaks the tackle there and is finally brought down by Bodecker. Bodecker and Branham, I believe, are the leading try scorers for this squad, as well as Judd Souders, who got man of the match in the semifinal game. Abram Danley chases it down, slips and falls, breaks the tackle. He's still going as he pops it out. Apple has it, and I believe that's going to be a knock-on. I would be correct. We're going to have a scrum down here. 2 Royal Irish inside the Arabian territory. Knocking on the door just outside the 22 as they have good field position here. So Rowan Branham not making it easy for him, crowding their 9 there as they handle the scrum. It seems like a battle for the ball. They're going to have it again, I believe. He blows the whistle. He's going to talk it over with them. Both sides trying to hook that ball back, but kind of had a stalemate there. And the sir gives the cadence. The ball is in. This time fielded cleanly by Royal Irish. 8-man pick to the near side of the field. Stiff arm there. Brought down by Bodecker. Ball swings out to the back line here. Ball on the ground. Confusion there for the Royal Irish squad as they almost had the edge there, but fumbled the ball. And now Abel has it up the middle. Royal Irish working it out. Ball pops on the ground again after pressure by Harper Peterson. Penalty. Offsides again on the Arabians. They have not been able to hold their line today. Good vice tackle there by the Arabians. Great teamwork there on the far side of the field as Royal Irish tries to take it up the middle. Breaks through a couple tackles and another whistle blown. This time for high tackle on the Arabians. So the Arabians with some penalty trouble here early on. And they're going to attempt this kick for points. Try and take an early 3-0 lead if they can put this one through. Just about 8 minutes into this match here. Playing 20-minute halves today. The Arabians off to a slow start. Neither team has had much offense going, but after a couple Arabian penalties in a row, it looks like Royal Irish is going to take advantage here and get some points on the board. Pretty straightaway kick here from about 22 meters out. If this kick is no good, it will be a live ball, I believe. Kick is up, and it's good. So, first points of the game awarded to Royal Irish as they have a 3-0 lead. And so Royal Irish, an unfamiliar feeling as they are leading the Arabians 3-0 to start this match. Now Branham's kick is up. Good kick there. Sails into the second line of defenders. Royal Irish has it. Royal Irish now working around their own 22. Arabians defense tries to stop him. 8-man still on his feet. Big fella takes it. And he is ran out of bounds there. After a great run, though, breaking a couple tackles on that one. He seems like he's going to give him trouble all day. They keep letting him get ahead of steam going into the gain line. So we'll have a line out here to the Arabians. So far, 2 wayward lineouts. That one is handled well by the Arabians. Rowan Branham has it. Rowan Branham pops it to Lincoln Sutton. Lincoln Sutton now back to Branham. Branham to Bodecker on the outside. Bodecker, full head of steam. Bodecker up the sideline as he is wrestled down there. Tried to get the outside edge. No luck. Apple will swing it out to Mong. Dexton Mong takes out the middle. Good run there. as the Arabians are setting up this offense here. Apple gets out to Branham. Branham, slow pass there to the big fella. He'll go down. And now Branham has it again. Gets it out wide to Kyle. Kyle might be in for the try. Sidestep, looked like a Euro step there as he dives in. And the Arabians will retake the lead as they put the first try on the board here today. As the Arabians now lead 5-3. This Pendleton Middle School squad answers following that penalty kick by Royal Irish. This will line up a pretty good opportunity for Rowan Branham to convert here on this conversion kick. See if he can tack on 2 more for the Pendleton squad here, as he's playing 10 today. The captain of this Arabian squad. Lines it up, takes a deep breath. Kick is up and sails just right of the post, no good. Very close attempt there. A little bit of wind here. It seems like he was trying to play the wind, but overplayed it a little bit. Arabians still with a lead here as they lead by 2 in the beginning of this match, with about 8 minutes left in this first half. Arabians will receive here. Royal Irish bringing heavy pressure to the right side. Kick is up, fielded by Davis. Matthew Davis stutter step, and he's going to kick it right back into Royal Irish territory. Takes an upward bounce and fielded cleanly by Royal Irish. They make a stutter step, make a man miss, and they're brought down there by Matthew Davis. He gets down there on his own kick and brings the pressure. Penalty. It's going to be a knock on. Nope. Let's see. Yes, I believe it was a knock on. We're going to have a scrum down. So yes, knocked on there in the ruck. Tried to swing it out. Couldn't dig it out. And knocked it on. So we're going to have a scrum down to Pendleton. Apple will put it in here. I believe that is Gage Apple, younger brother of Dane Apple, high school player. And Matthew Davis fields that short chip shot kick by Royal Irish. He gives 2 stiff arms, brought down by his jersey there. Bo Decker caps that ball. Dexton Mong there, wrapped up and brought down after a good hit by Royal Irish. Ball's on the ground. The Arabian big fella drops it. That's going to be a knock on, I believe. Royal Irish has it for the time being. They're going to bring it back to a penalty on the Arabians, so Royal Irish had advantage. So let's see what they do here if they set up the offense. Looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to give it to the big fella up the middle. Big tackle there. Matthew Davis picks up a leg and tips him over. And good tackle there by the Royal Irish 10. Some good tackling here to start this match. Rowan Branham, chip shot kick, sails over to the back line. Who's going to have it? It's going to be Lincoln Sutton. He catches that kick. Good break for the Arabians as they keep possession here on the move. Matthew Davis goes down after a good run, crosses the 40. Gage Apple here, going to swing it out to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham out to Dexton Mong. Dexton Mong now going forward. Had some support there. He could have passed it off, but he decided to take it himself. And the Arabians now outside the 22, trying to work it in even farther. Gives it to the big fella, stiff arm there. Dragging a defender behind him. He crosses the 22. The Arabians are on the move. Gage Apple to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham, another kick. This time deeper. Let's see if it bounces out the back. It does. Didn't get the bounce he wanted there. Trying to get a chip shot kick and see if he can get on in for a try, but no luck. So now, I believe this is going to be a 22-meter drop. So when the offensive team kicks it out the back like that, the other team has a chance to kick it from the 22-meter line and kind of get the ball out of their own territory, get a chance to play some better defense. Or if they want, they could try a short kick and go jump for it and try and get it back. This kick is up, crosses the 40. Fielded cleanly by the Arabians. Here comes the pressure from Royal Irish. They pop it out to Abram Danley. Abram Danley up the sideline. Abram Danley breaks a tackle, cuts in, breaks another one. He's still on his feet. Abram Danley might be in for the try, and he is! Abram Danley sporting the new buzz cut here today. Must have made him a little faster there as he outran the entire Royal Irish defensive squad there, breaking several tackles and scoring the try. And the Arabians now lead 10-3. This will set up a wide conversion kick for Rowan Branham. Once again, a little bit of wind here today makes kicking a little tricky, but if you score tries like that, you don't really need kicking. But he will still try and put this one through. Rowan Branham, capable of this kick. Has done it before. Let's see if he puts two more on the board here for the Arabians. Wind blowing hard. Kick is up. Doesn't quite have the angle there. No good. One of the harder kicks in the game there, as Danley scored the try out wide. Left him with a difficult angle, but still the Arabians now with a 7-point lead. Put some pressure on Royal Irish to try and get back in this game. They need to score another try here before the Arabians keep this run going. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Royal Irish here loading up the right side of the field. Kick is low liner, fielded by Matthew Davis. Matthew Davis swings it to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham, fake pass, breaks a couple but goes down. Apple now swings it out to Souders, Judd Souders. Sidestep, and he'll go down after a run about 5 meters there. They get it out to the short side of the field. Branham pops it out. Arabians had numbers out there. Couldn't quite get the ball moving though. Matthew Davis now pops out to the big fella. He'll be wrapped up. Good tackle there by Royal Irish. And now Rowan Branham swings it out really wide to Danley. Abram Danley trying to do it again. This time tackle, pops it out to Kyle on the sideline. He'll cut it in, break another tackle. And he's chopped down there after breaking 2 tackles on that run and crossing the 22. Gage Apple here, slowing it down as Rowan Branham sets up the offense. Branham now pops it out to Deuce. Deuce to Bodecker. Bodecker up the middle. Bodecker with a couple men to beat. Will he do it? And he will. Bodecker up the middle. He'll score. Arabians on a run here, as they now hold a 15-3 lead. This will set up a little bit of an easier kick for Rowan Branham. Still a windy day. Not going to be easy, but he might be able to hit a conversion kick here. If he hits this one, they will be leading by 14 with almost halftime, as we're just approaching about 1 minute left. And so it looks like Davis is going to attempt this kick. Kick is up. Has plenty of leg, but that sails left of the post. Struck the ball really well there, but his first kick attempt of the day is no good. Didn't have the angle on that one. So the Arabians lead will sit at 12 here, as Royal Irish scored the first 3 points of the game, and the Arabians have been on a 15-0 run ever since, as they will receive here once again probably the last play or two here of the first half. Royal Irish kind of switching up strategically here. Looks like they're going to load up the left side of the field. Let's see what they have drawn up here. And they're going to switch it up, kick it to the left. Low kick, takes a bounce. Picked up there by the big fella for the Arabians. He gives a big stiff arm there. Apple now swings it out to Branham. Branham now will kick it out of bounds. That might be the half here. And that's going to be it. So that was the last play. The Arabians go into halftime with a 12-point lead, 15-3, and we'll be returning in just a few minutes. All right, and the kick is up and away here to start the second half. Fielded by Royal Irish. Good start for them, as they now have the ball, putting some pressure on the Arabians to play defense here in their own territory. Royal Irish 8-man, wrestled down there. Good tackle there by Judd Souders. Royal Irish moving back a little bit here. Chip kick through, takes a good bounce. Picked up by Gage Apple. He's going to kick it right back into Royal Irish territory. Takes an amazing bounce, crossing midfield. Whistle blown, offsides on the Arabians as they hustle back on their heels here. Royal Irish will have a good chance to try and push the ball up here if they can get moving and set up their offense. 10 meters of space there. We'll see if they try and kick it into touch here. They do. So short kick sailing into the fans. We'll go out right about the 22, I think. So now Royal Irish will have a line out opportunity as they will throw in here. That line out takes a bounce down. I think the Arabians have it. Royal Irish, though, steals it in the ruck. The big man has it, Abel, as they're knocking on the door about 10 meters out from the goal line. Stopped in their tracks there by a herd of Arabians. Whistle blown. Penalty on Royal Irish. I believe that was no release. I'm not quite sure. Maybe in through the side. Now Judd Souders will take it here. Trying to get the Arabians out of their own territory. Puts the team on his back. Gets to the 22. Rowan Branham swings it out wide to Lincoln Sutton. Lincoln Sutton sidestep. Lincoln Sutton, room to run. Lincoln Sutton up the middle. He gives the stiff arm, breaks a tackle. Lincoln Sutton, one man to beat. Lincoln Sutton might go all the way. And he does. Lincoln Sutton up the middle for the try. What a score there as the Arabians start hot here in this second half. After Royal Irish had great field position, they just had a costly penalty, and then the Arabians got it out wide. Credit to Rowan Branham for swinging it out there to him on the assist as he breaks a couple tackles and gets a, I believe that was like an 80-meter try there. And had the Arabians lead 20-3. Pretty straightaway kick here for Rowan Branham on the conversion. Also, shout out to his older brother, Jackson Sutton, doing some great work up in Geneva, Wisconsin on a Bible retreat. Now Rowan Branham's kick is up. This one is good. The Arabians finally get a good angle on one of these kicks and put one through. Now their lead is 22-3. Everything going right here for the Arabians to start. As they get some offense going early on here. Long try. Nothing new for the Arabians as they have a lot of breakaways. As we've seen this season, they've been quite dominant. Breakaway after breakaway. A lot of speed on this squad. As now Royal Irish will try and adjust on this next kickoff. And so now Royal Irish here kicks it to the middle, takes a weird bounce, pops up, and now Gage Apple has it. Gage Apple to Lincoln Sutton. Lincoln Sutton again on the sideline, sidestep. Starting to extend here. Takes it back to the middle here. He's on the run. Lincoln Sutton still on his feet. After a big run there, runs out of gas. He'll offload it. Arabians on the move around the 22-meter line. Gage Apple passes out to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham sidestep. High pass sails into Royal Irish's defensive line. And now they have it. Penalty on the Arabians. Off their feet in the ruck. So now Royal Irish with some room to run. They get it to the middle here. The forward pod takes it down. Another penalty on the Arabians. No roll away after that tackle. They were in the ruck. The tackler has to get out and then get back up on his feet before he can go for the ball. Did not do that there. 8-man there is stopped by Judd Souders after a good run, and then unfortunate there as he tries to offload after the good run and forward pass for Royal Irish. We'll have a scrum down here to the Arabians. I believe that is Bear DeVault in at hooker. And the ref gives the cadence. Scrum is good for the Arabians. They get out to the near side of the field. Rowan Branham pops it out to Bodecker. Bodecker now. Stiff arm. Bodecker up the sideline. Brought down there. Good vice tackle by Royal Irish. They pass it out to the forward pod here. Stopped in his tracks. Royal Irish trying to set up a good defensive line here. Gage Apple swings it out. Rowan Branham to Harper Peterson. Harper Peterson dives in, and he's up the middle for a try. Royal Irish had a good defensive stand there, but one breakthrough just ruined it all for them as the Arabians tack on 5 more. And now your score is 27-3. And it'll be another straightaway kick. This time Matthew Davis will attempt it. Matthew Davis had a good kick attempt earlier, struck the ball very well, but just didn't have the angle on it. All right, and now Matthew Davis will line up this kick. Kick is up. Once again, hooks a little bit with that wind and sails right at the post this time. That wind blowing heavy. And now the lead will remain at 27-3. Arabians still with a commanding 24-point lead here in the state final. The offense, he swings it out to Branham. Branham now to Judd Souders. Judd Souders tackled low there. Branham dummy pass up the middle. Branham sidestep. Another sidestep. Will they catch him? He cuts it in. Branham now off to the races. No man in front of him. Will they catch up? And they won't. Branham will be in for the try. And now the Arabians with some great momentum here as they start to get it going. Branham with that breakaway, making a couple men miss and then diving in with a try there. I believe he'll attempt this conversion kick as he just earned it there on that great run. About a 50-meter score there, I believe, as he took it out of the ruck, pick and go. Now he'll attempt this kick here. Fun fact, Rowan Branham used to run the tee out for Pendleton's very own legendary Nick Trout, who now is a player on West Point's squad, a great collegiate rugby program. And now full circle here as he is in the middle school state final, attempting a kick of his own. And that kick is up, and the wind takes it again. That's not helping the Arabians here today with those kicks as the wind just keeps picking up, it seems, every time they try and attempt one. So the lead will remain at 32-3. so Royal Irish now walking up to the line, getting ready to load up on the right side to try to get this ball back. Now the kick is up, takes a bounce, and Harper Peterson couldn't quite handle it. Good kick by Royal Irish as they put the Arabians in a bad spot there, forcing a knock on. Now we'll have a scrum down to Royal Irish, about 30 meters out from the goal line. Let's see if they can get it going here. The stir gives the cadence. Royal Irish puts it in. Hump faked it at first. Let's see what the call is. The stir is going to stop play. I think we're going to have another scrum down here, as both sides will adjust, trying to make sure it's a good scrum here at this middle school level so they're ready for the upper levels as they continue to grow older and play more advanced rugby. Now that ball is in. Stolen by the Arabians in the line, in the scrum down. Oh, and that'll be a penalty on the Arabians. Maybe an early push or something. So Royal Irish now with some room to work. They pass it to the 8-man. 8-man there. On the move. Trucks a defender. Still on his feet. Dives in. And he's in for the try. What an answer by Royal Irish here. Forces a penalty in the scrum. Maybe a mistake on the Arabians, I don't know. And then they take full advantage of it. The 8-man with a big run there, trucking a couple defenders and scoring there on the outside channel. And now they have 8 on the board here. 32-8 is your score. As of right now, we'll have a wide conversion. A wide conversion kick attempt. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this match. If they hit this kick, it'll cut the lead to 22. Right now it stands at 24. Still lining up here, taking their time. A tall task here in this wind to hit a kick like this. As that kick is up, and it is well short. Couldn't quite get it to go there. And so your score remains at 32-8 for the time being. 7 minutes remaining in this match. Some subs come on here. And so here we are, some subs in the game. Lucas Peebler's in, as well as Deuce Woods comes back in to bring in some more defense up there in the middle. Now Rowan Branham's kick goes deep to the near side of the field. Mahaney there giving chase. Mahaney, good tackle there. Royal Irish now popped out of bounds. Hit by Lincoln Sutton there, forcing the turnover. As we'll have a line out to the Arabians near the 22. Bear DeVault will throw in here. Now Bear DeVault will attempt this throw in here. Lineout's been tricky for both sides here today. As that throw is up, sails over. That'll be not straight. And we'll have a scrum down. Yes, okay. We will have a scrum down to Royal Irish after that throw was not in straight in that line out. Like I said, very tricky game today, as honestly, I mean, this wind has affected lineouts, kicks, all the above. The only thing that's safe, it seems, is passing. And even then, it's better to do in tight quarters. And now Royal Irish will put it in. This time they handle the scrum well. They get it out to the middle. Get into the big fella. He chips it past the Arabian defense. Ball pops up into Rowan Branham's hands. Rowan Branham tries to break a defender. He does. Still on his feet. Rowan Branham pops it out to Mahaney. Takes a bounce. Mahaney has it now. Mahaney chopped down. Arabian setting up the offense. Apple will swing it out to Branham. Branham pops it to Judd Satters. Judd Satters takes out the middle. Taking some defenders with him as he goes down. Now Apple back to the near side of the field here. Gives it to the big fella. He stood up, hitting the back there. That'll be a high tackle. I believe he was hit a little bit in the head right there. Up there in that chest head area is where that hit was delivered. So that'll be a penalty on Royal Irish. Rowan Branham now, with about 4 minutes of play remaining, will swing it out to the middle. Arabians taking it up the middle there, stood up after a good line there. Gage Apple swings it out to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham, ball is tipped out of Matthew Davis's hands and then kicked into Lincoln Sutton's face. He ate that one though, as he is right back there in the game. No problem for Lincoln Sutton, as he'll get in that ruck, and then the Arabians now have it, trying to work it inside here. Now the big fella has it up the middle. I believe that's Deuce Woods. Now Matthew Davis pops out to Rowan Branham. Rowan Branham tries to get it in. He's short. That'll be held up, I believe. Yes. So Royal Irish with the stand there on defense. Held up Rowan Branham. And so now we'll have a goal line drop.
It's a goal line drop.
Oh, so then they're going to not have a goal line drop. Seems like the Arabians had advantage prior to that stoppage. Still a good defensive stand there. The Arabians now have it at the about 5 meters out, maybe 10. And they're stood up there after a very anticlimactic run there. Another short run here by the forwards, trying to work that ball in. They swing the ball out now to Harper Peterson. Harper Peterson dives in, and he'll have the try. Harper Peterson, younger brother of IU rugby commit and senior on the Arabians high school squad, Garrett Peterson, scores his second try of the game, I believe, as he has had a great match today. What a collective team game here for the Arabian squad, as they'll attempt another conversion kick here. This has been really the only thing that hasn't been working for them today, these conversion kicks here. But, you know, with heavy wind, it's a tall task for anybody, let alone middle school age. As Rowan Branham will line it up. Now his kick is up. Low liner. And it doinks, and it's in. What a kick for Rowan Branham if he's able to. That may be his last conversion attempt of the game, but throws his whole body into it and sneaks it just over the post. The crossbar, actually. And tacks on 2 more, as now the Arabians lead 39-8 in this state final match for the 7-8 age group here. Probably the last play here. High kick is up, takes a good bounce. Royal Irish has it on the move. Royal Irish with an offensive run here. The 8-man has it now, scored a try just a minute ago. Breaks a couple tackles as he gets ever so close to the goal line. Is he in? He is. And he scores again. What an effort there to sprint down, catch the kick, and then pop it out for the assist as Royal Irish put some more points on the board. And the score now is 39-13. We'll have another wide conversion attempt here. I believe that'll be the end of the match after that kick. Great effort by Royal Irish here today. Undermanned squad that came out and played their hearts out. Arabians, though, too dominant here. A lot of speed on this Arabian squad, a lot of experience, and some new rising stars as well. Great game by Lincoln Sutton, first year playing rugby, as well as really just the entire team. Arabians got some subs on the field for that end of the match. Colton Day out there, my younger brother. That kick is short, and that'll be it. And your 2025 middle school state champions in this final match here today. The Arabians win 39-13. And that'll be it for this match here. We'll have the post-game ceremony and the medals being awarded here. But what an effort for both sides, as Royal Irish put up as good of a fight as anybody against this Arabian squad, and the Arabians finish out the season on top, undefeated, undeterred, and with a great season here for these coaches. Shout out to Coach Shalati, Coach Davis, Coach Owens and company, and Coach Branham, of course, father of star player Rowan Branham, and everybody else that made this possible for the season for this middle school squad.